The Architect and the Unseen Wall. Elias Stone lived in the future. He built it. From the 40th floor of his glass and steel cathedral in Midtown, he saw the city not as a million homes, but as millions of potential square feet, a grid of opportunity and inefficiency. At 35, he was the youngest principal architect at his firm. His current project, a $300 million residential tower called the Zenith. The only thing blocking the Zenith's footprint was a small 3-story apartment block known simply as the Warren. All the tenants were gone, their leases bought out, their resistance crushed by 7-figure offers, all except one. Agnes Petrov lived in Unit 3B, an 82-year-old woman. She had refused every offer, every legal threat, and every personal appeal. Elias saw her as a single, stubborn decimal point, a computational error in his flawless logic of progress. One Tuesday morning, with the final eviction paperwork in hand, Elias drove to the Warren himself. He didn't send his lawyers. This was personal. This was about principle. The building smelled of old wood, dust, and time. He found 3B unlocked. Agnes was sitting at her small kitchen table, sunlight filtering through the grimy window. She was drinking tea, utterly calm. "Mrs. Petrov," Elias said, his voice hard with practiced authority. "We have the court order. You need to leave. We've offered you twice the market rate for a luxury condo, a 6-figure settlement, everything." Agnes took a sip. "The offer is generous, Mr. Stone, but this is not about money." Elias sighed, rubbing the bridge of his nose. "Then what is it about? This building is structurally unsound. It's an eyesore. It is holding up a project that will provide housing for hundreds and generate millions in tax revenue. It is, frankly, an impediment to the city's life." Agnes smiled, a small, sad curve of her lips. "The city's life, yes. But whose life is in here?" She gestured around the apartment. A tiny cramped space with peeling wallpaper and a view of a brick wall. "Memories," Elias scoffed. "You can take your memories with you." "Can you, though?" she asked softly. He ignored the question. He pointed a finger at her. "I have 20 minutes, Mrs. Petrov. Then the movers come, and the demolition crew starts in the parking lot." Agnes stood slowly, walking to a spot on the wall next to a bookshelf. She placed her hand on a faded patch of wallpaper. "I only ask that you look at this wall, Elias," she said. Elias walked over, irritated. It was just a wall. He saw the faint, penciled outlines of something. It looked like a child's drawing. A lopsided, hand-drawn map of the night sky, with stars connected by clumsy lines, and a small, almost invisible word written beneath it. "Safe," he frowned. "It's a doodle, a child's drawing. Are you telling me you're stopping a multi-million-dollar project because of this?" "It was not my drawing," Agnes said, her voice dropping to a whisper. "It was the drawing of the boy who lived here before me almost 30 years ago. He was 5. His mother drew it for him on his birthday. She told him that whenever he felt afraid, he could look at this wall, and he would know exactly where he was in the universe." A chill went through Elias. He had been 5 years old when he lived in this apartment. His mother, an aspiring astronomer, had drawn him a star map on the night of his birthday. "My mother called that map the compass of courage," Elias whispered, his voice catching. He reached out and touched the word safe. He had completely forgotten it. "She called it many things," Agnes replied, nodding slowly. "But look closely, Mr. Stone. Look at the largest star." Elias squinted. The largest, brightest star, in the upper corner, had a tiny, faded plus sign next to it. It was so small, so faint, it was almost invisible. "That star," Agnes said, "was his father's star. But when his mother drew it, she put a plus sign next to it, because, she said, His father was never lost. He was just traveling to the plus infinity of the universe, and that star was his checkpoint. Elias stared at the wall, frozen. Only his mother knew that private detail, the plus infinity. His father had walked out on them the week after that birthday. Elias had spent his entire life building grand, solid, profitable structures to shield himself from the chaos of that time. He had become an architect of the future, to forget the tenant of the past. Agnes gently rested her hand next to his on the wall. "You see, Mr. Stone, this apartment is not a computation error. It's an echo chamber. I stayed because I saw you coming. I saw the relentless, beautiful violence of your ambition. I knew that you, of all people, needed to look at this wall before it was reduced to dust." Tears welled in Elias's eyes, the first he'd shed since he was 5. He saw the apartment now not as an inefficiency, but as a fragile vault of human history, his history. He turned to Agnes, the eviction notice falling from his numb fingers. "I won't demolish the Warren," Elias said, the words heavy and real. "I will revise the design. The Zenith will be built around it. We will restore this building, and Unit 3B will remain exactly as it is." He didn't save the Warren for Agnes. He saved it for the 5-year-old boy, Elias, who was finally found in the echo chamber of empathy. Moral of the story: the greatest progress is not measured by the structures we build, but by the unseen humanity we choose not to destroy. True value is often found in the small, quiet connections to the past that ambition seeks to bulldoze.